I was 99% sure that I'd be playing Red Blue Ace in the next set. It was basically everything that I wanted. I've never played a leader like this before. This might be the most ridiculous leader that I've ever seen. Emo is a mono black leader that only has 4 life, and per the rules, you may not add any event cards that cost 2 or greater. At the beginning of the game, you may add 1 Marijoa from your deck to the board. Then activate main, you may trash one of your Celestial Dragon characters from the board, or 1 card from your hand, and draw 1 card. On paper, this leader doesn't seem great. It has several downsides for an upside that doesn't necessarily seem too great. 5 Elders within this deck have relatively good effects, being blockers that can draw you cards or rush characters that can minus the opponent's power. However, the real power on these cards comes from the fact that they cannot be removed from the field via the opponent's effects. Not only this, but they can be played via the stage. The Empty Throne is a 7-cost stage which you can start with on the board. On your turn, if you have 19 or more cards in your trash, your leader gains plus 1000 power. Then activate main, you may rest this card and 3 of your Dong cards. Then you can play one of the 5 Elder Star type characters that has a cost equal to or less than the total number of Dong cards that you have on your field. If you have 4 Dong on your field, you can play a 4 cost. If you have 7 Dong on your field, you can play a 7 cost. And if you have 10 Dong on your field, well, you can play Gorose. Gorose, or 5 Elder Stars, is a 10 cost 12,000 that you can play onto the board for 3 Dong, and on activate main will play all of the Elders from your trash, effectively letting you go from 0 board to 5 instantly. And while these Elders may not necessarily seem that powerful on their own, together, the deck is just mind-breaking. Enjoy the video. You guys have already seen the deck list, but I just want to point out one more thing that I think is just extremely ironic. This deck, despite being Imu and despite being Gorose, runs Kobura. A little bit of flavor, a little bit of lore. Anyways, let's get into this game.
I barely know what's in that deck. I vaguely saw the new cards that were released earlier today, so there'll be a lot of surprises.
Okay, Saisha Gu, Janken Boy. I'll go first.
Okay.
And now that I've chosen, then I'm going to go first.
Right.
This is the timing, I believe. I actually have the choice to put out any stage that has the type Seichi Marijoa, whatever that would be in English, and I run one of each of these. And this is kind of just for matchups. I think that in the mirror, this could be important. In aggro matchups, this could be important, so I have one of each. In this matchup, I am going to put out the Empty Throne.
I was just waiting for something to happen because I'm completely not used to a stage just sitting on the board before the game starts.
Yeah, it's 7 cost too.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't really know what I'm looking for because this is going to be my first time actually using this deck. This looks fine to me just because there's not much early game, but I guess I kind of want the Searcher because I would want to be filling up trash. Other things I can kind of find through my leader effect, so I'm going to mulligan.
Well, I can tell you for a fact this is not a deck, or this is not a hand anyone should keep.
Okay. Only 4 life, despite being a monocolor leader. Last time we saw that was, I don't know, good old days. Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
For 1 Dong, I'll play Shariase, and I'm going to check the top 3. Sorry if we get any of these wrong, because it is my first time. And put a Tenryubito card to my hand, and the rest go to my trash. Then I need to trash 1 card, which sounds terrible, but I'm going to use my leader effect now, and trash Shariase, and draw 1 card. And turn.
And turn.
Draw for turn. So I can technically use my stage, but there's nothing that I can play for 3 Dong anyways, so there's no reason for me to do this. What I'm going to do is attach 1 Dong to my leader and hit for 6k to leader.
Take that.
Okay. 2 Dong. Kobura. And on play, I'm going to drop 1 card into my trash. Enter. I forgot I can use my leader effect and just keep cycling, which I absolutely feel like I should. Use my leader effect, activate main to trash 1 card from my hand, and draw 1 card.
9k leader.
Take.
Okay, and turn.
Draw for turn. First, let's, for 1 Dong, Shariase. Oh, Shariria Gu. And then on play, look at 3. The thing is, I don't really know what I'm looking for right now because I'm so used. I think actually I'll take the Satanse though. Drop plus 2, and then I have to trash 1 card from my hand, of which I will trash. Actually, now that I have Satanse, I feel like I maybe don't need this. Topman Wokurise. And then I'll use my leader effect to trash Shariria Gu to draw 1 card. Let's just use that then, maybe.
What? Oh, okay.
Gorose, ここに. And look at 3, put 1 to my hand. I'm going to pick up...
I completely thought you were going to play Shariria Gu again.
No, I'm going to pick up Maokasu Mazuse, and then the rest go to trash. Okay, so it is turn 3, and I have well, I have 13 cards in trash.
Yeah, no. I think you could basically just like activate everything that's like a
Yeah,
X amount of cards in trash effect.
basically, and that's kind of the deck concept. Even, for example, I'm not going to play it this turn, but the Fuzzball is very close to being online, because this card needs 15 cards in trash to be -3 cost. I'm going to hit you for 5k leader.
I'll take.
And then I'm going to rest 3 dong and the Empty Throne to play out a character that costs 5 or less, as I have 5 maximum dong right now. Jigarushia Satanse. If I have 7 or more cards in my trash, which read it and weep, this card cannot be removed by effects. Then on play, I check the top 5 for a Gorose type character and add it to my hand.
Let me read that.
Oh, sorry. Wait, hold on. Actually, let me read that. Gorose type card. Yeah, so it can be an event.
Okay. Okay, yeah, it's just from effects.
And next turn, I'm going to have 7 dong. This time, I'll pick up Toppaman Wokurise, and I'm going to return the rest to the bottom of my deck. Enter.
Add 2 dong. Forgot to do this last turn, but it didn't matter. Added dong to my leader. 6k leader.
It's basically always Odin because God Thread. I guess it could get rid of this. But you God Thread first though, so you get it for 7k. So it's going to be Odin. Odin next turn can hit for 6. And then you're at how many dong right now? You're at 6. Becomes 9 next turn. If you rank,
Yeah.
becomes 9 next turn, which means that you can play. And I think this 6 is relatively cheap. I'm going to. Well, I'll take it.
5 dong. Odin, and because I have an added dong, I'll gain a rested dong and end turn.
Okay. Draw. Let's start with this. I'm going to rest 3 dong and the Empty Throne, and I can play a 7 cost or less from my hand. Magas Mazase, who, if I have 7 cards in my trash,
Yeah, no, I see that.
cannot be removed by your effects, and is also a blocker. And on play, I can trash 1 card from my hand, 1 card, and then KO a base 5 cost or less. So I'll KO all that.
Yeah.
Then I'll hit for 5k leader.
Oh, that's fun.
5k leader.
Take. Add an active dong.
Okay. This 5k, just in the current metagame, 5k is very bad, and also now I know you're going to 7k next turn. This is not going to stay on the board now that it's rested. I'm going to use my leader effect and trash it, and then draw a card. Then, for 4 dong, I'm going to play Toppaman Wokurise, which, if I have 7 cards in my trash,
Yeah, no, you don't need to do that.
cannot be removed by opponent's effects and gains blocker, but on KO draws a card. Enter.
Hold on, I need to read what both these cards do.
I just read them to you. You want to see how many cards are in my trash
No,
too?
I do.
So people say that this deck likely struggles for resources. I think that may be true, but I think that if you play this out correctly, like for example, you know, once you use a card, just throwing it into your trash to get the draw off of it, you get a decent amount of resources, I think, as long as you actually like play to your outs correctly. Obviously, first time I'm trying it, but there's a lot of interesting things to think about right now.
Even though you don't have one of these in your trash, I think I do just want to get rid of it so that I can attack your resources a little more. So, Rayleigh, and because I have a given dong, I'll rest this one.
Makas Mazase.
Yep, 9k into Makas Mazase.
Okay. I'm at 9 dong next turn. I'll take this.
Okay, and 9k leader.
I'll take. Okay.
End turn.
Drop. You're at 7k now?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 dong. I'll use the Empty Throne. Shepado 10 Peter Se. On my turn, if I have 10 or more cards in my trash, you know, all of my Gorose characters become 7,000 base power. So now these are both 7,000 power.
It's pretty strong.
Yes, but it's only on my turn. For 6 dong, I'm going to play Izas Baron Venus Jurose. It has Rush. On attack, if I have 10 or more cards in my trash, then one of your characters gains -2,000 power for the turn. I'm going to hit your Rayleigh for 7,000 power and make it 7,000 power.
I see. It's pretty annoying, but at least your leader can't attack this turn because everything's above 5,000. It feels bad, but I think I take it.
Interesting. Okay. 7,000 leader.
Plus 1k.
Okay, now I want to think about what I want to get rid of with my leader effect. I think it's reasonable to get rid of one of the cards on my field to just get the +1 there. This guy just cannot be removed, essentially. You don't have the means of resting and hitting into that. He can't be removed by effects, so next turn, if these characters survive again, I can hit you for a lot of damage. I think maybe I want to keep these characters on the board. They're also a bit safe behind a blocker as well. I'm going to use my leader effect to trash a card from my hand. Draw 1 card. Let me check how many cards I have in my trash.
Do you really need to?
Yes. Okay. I have 18 cards in my trash. Entered.
Go 7k into Venus.
I don't know if you're going to... I don't know if you're going to use a rush character or not. Even if you weren't going to play a rush character, you'd still start with that attack to hold information. So it doesn't actually mean anything that you start with 7 there. I think just out of safety, because I don't want to let this Cobra go to waste, I'm going to block. My read is that you just want to increase your leader power this turn. You're bluffing that you have another rush character.
I'll attach Dong to my leader.
Okay.
And play Rayleigh.
Yeah, so if you attach this Dong first, I feel like I would have thought that this would be coming, and I maybe would have played that differently. I'm not sure if I would have, but I had the means to.
I'll go 9k into Venus.
Checking. Hi, it's gone.
And turn.
You said that the number of cards in my trash doesn't matter. I have 19 cards in my trash, which means you forgot top text, bottom text. But the top text, if I have 19 or more cards in my trash, my leader gains plus 1,000 power on my turn. Not your turn. So now 6,000 power. 7,000 leader.
1k.
8,000 leader.
I'll take
8,000 leader.
Okay.
Okay. For 3 Dong, I'm going to use the Empty Throne and play a character that costs 10 or less from my hand. Gorose. I'm going to use Gorose's Activate Main. So I can rest 1 Dong, trash 1 card from my hand, and trash all characters to play out 5 Gorose. But wait, because it's a video, we need to make it fun.
What are you talking about?
領域展開。周期現世。Shine. These are the same cards, by the way. The alt arts of these cards look too insane not to include in the video. They are the same cards that I just played. They're just a lot harder to read now. Which means that now I have an entire board for 4 Dong that costs 4, 6, 6, 4, and 7. I have a blocker that draws 1 card. I have a blocker which on play can KO a card, but I'm not going to KO anything. I have a card with Rush, which I'm going to use momentarily. I have a card which searches on play, and I have a card that makes everything 7k. Order of operations, I need to use this first, so I'm going to check the top 5. I'll pick up Jupiter. Did I forget to use my leader effect? I think I could have gotten 1 extra draw there from my leader effect. That's my bad. By using it before I use the 10 cost Gorose. That's my bad. I don't actually want to use my leader effect right now. I'm pretty chilling. But I'm going to attach 3 Dong to Venus, and he's 7, 8, 9, 10,000 at Lady and minus Rayleigh.
I'll use Radical Beam.
I could have played around that a bit better, maybe. I'm kicking myself over not getting that extra draw. Enter. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. I know we just started this turn. But I guess I can use my effect now.
What do you mean?
I can use my leader effect now. Because this kind of already has done its job, and now it's back to 5,000 on your turn. I feel like I might as well just use the effect to get rid of this to just draw 1 card. So, although I would have maybe preferred to do it before I got my 10 cost Gorose off, at least I get the draw on this turn anyways. Okay, sorry. And now you can go to your turn. Okay. 9k leader. I'm trying to think if there's any way for you to kill me if I let this attack through. I don't think there is. So I'm going to take this attack. Hi.
I'm gonna Roger, negate my leader effect and Dome -3. My leader gains plus 2,000 power until your next end turn, and everything on your board becomes minus 2,000 power.
Okay.
9k leader.
9k leader, I'm going to block with Toppaman wo Kurise, and on KO, I'm going to draw 1 card. I swear this deck doesn't have resource issues. This is insane.
End turn.
This feels so good, by the way. Something scary is happening right now. But your leader's 9k right now.
And a minus 2k to everything on your board.
So everything now is 5k, because the plus 2k and the minus 2k negate each other. Let's attach 4 Dong here and go 9k leader.
Plus 2k.
Okay, leader effect ahead of time to get rid of my Satanse and draw 1 card. Empty Throne. Gorose.
Really?
Activate main. I'm going to get rid of all of the cards on my board, and I'm going to trash 1 card from my hand. Gorose, ここに. And I'm going to play dun 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 dun.
4 cost!
And 領域展開周期厳選 Okay, we're back. Oh, sorry, I need to rest the Dong for the Gorose effect. So I have 2 left. And now, on play, I get to search the top 5 for a Gorose. Marcus Mazase. Where's my rush character? Okay, this one.
Yeah.
Okay. And because I just played these cards, they're not affected by Goldie Roger. So these cards are 7k.
Interesting.
So I'm going to go 7k into Rayleigh, and then on attack, minus Rayleigh. So now it's 7 into 7.
Just so everyone knows, I would definitely counter that if I could.
By doing it in this order and make it look like even if you do counter that, it's like, what are you going to do about an 8k into it now? And it feels terrible to defend that out. So I feel like regardless, you're incentivized to take that attack. But what I was planning to do is to just make sure I would never die on this turn by playing Cobra. And then Cobra, I'm going to drop one card.
Okay. Hold on. I just want to count how many cards are in your deck.
That is actually something I've been a bit worried about, because it burns it very quickly.
You have 12 cards left, so like, I mean, I don't think I could stall it that hard, but I feel like theoretically there's a deck. I mean, if a game goes long enough, you could just lose from your deck running out.
I think there's some cards that I could tech in to negate that though. But yeah, it is something.
You have a lot of cards in your hand. I don't think I can really go for lethal.
Dude, I know. It's like that famous scene from the manga. All of the Gorose and Cobra. Thank God this leader's 4 life, by the way. Imagine I had 2 life still.
Yeah, you're right. All right, I'm gonna try 8 dong Roger. And because you have 10 dong, my leader gains plus 2,000 power until the end of your next turn.
Right. Yeah, that also works for me too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
9k leader.
Kind of want to hold on to these as attackers, but I also feel like if I just hold on forever with what I have in my hand, I should be okay. I will block with Toppaman wo Kirise and on KO, draw one card.
Interesting. What was that fist bump for? 13k leader?
13k leader. I am going to block with Cobra.
Yeah.
Doro.
Stop smiling.
There's no world where you can kill me, by the way. I have like more counter than Blue Purple Luffy. Sorry, I made a ruling mistake, so I've rolled back the game to this state after recording, so maybe some of the cards in our deck is not going to be completely correct, but the hand and board state should be basically the same. Sorry about that. We're still getting used to this. Don't think that I can kill you. I would need to make 2 really big attacks, and even still, because your leader's 9k, with just any amount of counter and radical beam, which you are likely to have, you would survive, and then I would potentially die the next turn. I have 1 blocker, which is effectively 1 more life. I need to be careful of Roger, actually. So maybe I don't want to put you down to 0 this turn. Oh, that's actually kind of scary. So I need to be careful of the red 10 cost Roger. Put myself in a position where I can survive and win the next turn. Yeah, okay, this is probably the best play. I'm going to attach 2 dong to Satanse and hit your leader for 9k.
I really want to save this card, but I think I have no choice. Plus 1k.
Okay, I'm going to attach 2 dong here and hit your leader for 9k again.
Radical beam.
Radical beam on the 9k, which suggests that I might actually have lethal. I'm going to rest 3 dong and use the empty throne, and I'm going to play out Nakasumazase, which I can't use the on-play effect, but importantly is a 6 cost blocker, which means that you can't rest it with Rayleigh. I'm going to use my leader effect to trash Satanse and draw 1 card. Enter.
Is the 7k one still on the board, or is that Satanse?
This is 7k. Or like the 7k one.
That's one?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's the searcher.
I
Satanse
can't
is the
tell
searcher.
any of them apart. 11k to leader.
Okay, so that means that there is no red Roger coming, which I expected since you didn't take that last life. I don't know if that deck has some equivalent of Diable de Jambe, but I think that I survive against Diable de Jambe. I haven't done the math, but I think I'm safe to take this a hit. Hi.
8k leader.
そのアタック、もともとないではないか。Plus 4k?
I have no idea what I can do. 13k, Peter.
Oh, Peter. I probably shouldn't have got rid of this card from the board. I should have just cycled a card in my hand, because I think having this on the board makes an extra attacker, which is significant. But still getting used to it. I'm going to have to overcorrect for that mistake, though.
Okay. Jeez.
Which is now 13 and 1 more. Right.
I'll do Rayleigh and then 9k, Peter.
I can't protect this, by the way.
Okay.
Here you go.
Yep. End turn. I don't know if I could have played that turn better, but I feel like I was out of options either way.
It's just a hard spot. 7 liter.
2k.
7 liter.
Okay.
7 liter.
2k.
9 liter.
You didn't just put all your dong on? I lose.
Sorry, I think Emu's kind of made me a psychopath. Oh my god, I love this deck actually. I'm kind of terrified. That felt like... I haven't felt that dopamine in a while.
It's like the first time you played Blue Purple Luffy.
No, I didn't feel this from Blue Purple Luffy. Blue Purple Luffy was like, yo, this leader effect's cool. This is like a bit scary, you know? It's like, what's a king to a god?
All right, man.
You're becoming 9,000 power when I'm getting 27 dong worth of cards for only 4 dong.
It's crazy.
That's scary.
Why does your cards being high cost actually kind of hurt me?
Oh my god. This is insane.